Hey everyone, this is Goober, and today I'm going to show you how to install the Alpine Faction version 1.0 patch for Red Faction PC. So the process is pretty simple. You just go to alpinefaction.com. There will be a link to this down in the video description. Hit the big download button in the middle of the screen. Save it wherever you like. Wait for it to download. Run the installer. You're probably going to get a pop-up that looks like this. This is Windows Smart Screen. Just hit More Info, hit Run Anyway. You're then probably going to get a user account control pop-up prompting you to click yes or no to run the application. Obviously, you need to click yes to allow the application to run. It will bring up the Alpine Faction installer. Now, I'll quickly mention here that if you do have any issues that are not covered by this video, click down here and it'll bring you to alpinefaction.com/help. Those are all of our help resources for the patch. There's also a link to our Discord server there if you run into any issues that are not covered by the help resources. Just join the Discord and we'll give you a hand. Click Next. This is the most important option in the installer. If you do not do this properly, you will not be able to use Alpine Faction. So the good news, however, is that whatever is populated in here is probably correct by default. If it's not, you will need to correct it, but what's in here is probably correct. Now, I will show you how to find it if it's not correct using the Steam version of Red Faction, because I think that that's the most common. If you're using any of the other versions, like GOG or anything like that, you're just going to need to locate your Red Faction install directory and find rf.exe in that directory. But for the Steam version, you're going to open up your Steam library, find Red Faction, right-click on it, go to Manage, go to Browse Local Files. That will bring up this window, which is your Red Faction install directory. rf.exe here is what you want. So make a note of where this is, because this is the directory that you're going to need to put in the installer. Come back to the installer, click Browse. Now mine was already set up here because it was already correct. If it's not, use this, browse to this directory where your Red Faction is installed via Steam. That was what came up when you hit the button in Steam a second ago. Find rf.exe, hit Open, and that's fine. Hit Next. When you have a Steam version of Red Faction, you're going to get a prompt that looks just like this. That's totally fine. Just hit OK. If you have a GOG version or some other version, your prompt is going to look a little different, but you still should just be able to hit OK. You will come to this screen. It's probably going to look like this when you initially get here. Very quickly on these options, the first one here, backup and reset player CFG, this is necessary for you to use the new keybinds in Alpine Faction. If you don't know what this option is, and this doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to you, absolutely leave this enabled. If not, you could run into very confusing issues that could be difficult to nail down. So if you don't know what this is, just leave this enabled. It's not going to hurt anything. The second option right here, if you have the Steam version specifically, you are going to want to enable this. This is the option that will allow you to launch Alpine Faction through Red Faction in Steam. It will enable Steam time tracking and the Steam overlay. So if you have the Steam version, you want to tick this. If not, you can. It doesn't matter. But if you have Steam version, definitely tick it. Hit Next, hit Install, and the application is going to be installed. Hit Finish, and it'll bring up the launcher window. You will get this first launch prompt here, which recommends you some tasks that you should do, like join our Discord. This walks you through linking your factionfiles.com account to your Alpine Faction launcher, which I already have done here if you see. But anyway, click that. You'll get instructions on how to do that. It's optional, but it does enable additional optional features in Alpine Faction if you want to do that. Hit Continue. If you click this button right here, this little gear icon next to play, you can adjust whatever settings you like full bright characters, whatever lighting range options, anti-aliasing, whatever you want in here, you can configure it, hit save, and then hit play to launch the game. And that is it. I hope this was useful. Leave a comment down in the comments if you like, if it was useful. Feel free to drop by our Discord if you want to have a chat, or if you run into any issues. Otherwise, I will see you next time.